Welcome back to Telltale's Batman. At the end of the last episode, I was talking about this room extensively and how it's genuinely moving in a way that is completely inappropriate for the context and timing in which it is delivered. On top of all that, if we climb back out of this hole, and I realized this as I was coming back into it, if we climb back out of this hole, rather than there being another door somewhere down here, which there shouldn't be because that would be even more insane, then this whole line of thoughts doesn't make any sense, because that would then mean that what they did was they went to Wayne Manor, they kidnapped Alfred, they filmed him and beat him until he was bleeding, then they dragged him down into this hole, then they dragged him back up out of the hole solely so that he could, one, apparently, allegedly, leave us a clue, probably, and two, so that he could smear blood on the ground and give us a reason to come down here to see this set piece, which makes it even more inappropriate than I mean, it's in the grand scheme of all the things that are inappropriate about this that I got into a last episode. Like, there's a bunch of them, but that's just one more nail in the coffin of it. All right, I guess we'll go left or right. This is probably gonna be emotionally intense. So if you're not here for it, understandable.
Bloody scratches, fingernails. Someone tried to climb out.
Alfred?
No. The belt. It's caked in blood.
Is that the one that... The sound effects are a little much. Is that the one that was wrapped around the dad's neck? Because she hung him with his own belt in the closet, right? I guess probably not, because I think the police came in and then cleaned everything up, and they probably would have taken the belt as evidence, but the thought's there.
Shackles. Blood on them. Old. And new. Vicky did to Alfred what was done to her.
Okay, but why? Like, yes, often people who are the subjects of abuse perpetuate similar abuses on others, but that doesn't follow. Like, I'm no psychology expert, but I know a little enough to know that this doesn't really make sense for how her character has been portrayed for the rest of this game. Like I was saying in the last episode, how somebody who is subject to this kind of intensity of abuse is usually not somebody who can function very well in society, if at all, even, subject to a lot of therapy and deprogramming and stuff like that, maybe, but like still usually has some rather obvious tells that they haven't been all well. So I don't know, unless they're going to tell me that Lady Arkham is a master of like psychological masking or something like that, which I guess is possible. That's a lot of fucking blood. I love how I have to wander around just to get the things to show up. Anyway, this doesn't really make a lot of sense for a bunch of reasons.
Disturbing. Vicky created her here, in this room. This is where Vicky Vale became Lady Arkham.
I feel like you're trying to scare me, but we're like midway to the end of episode 5, the final episode. Like, this is not a reveal you do at the end of the game. This is a reveal you do, like, in the second act somewhere, after you've already introduced the villain and are trying to understand them. At this point, understanding the villain doesn't matter to the narrative.
Drawings. Vicky must have drawn them when she was a prisoner. The chalk here is different. Newer.
Okay, so there's gonna be the right chalk. Let's look at the blood first, though.
Alfred laid down here.
That's a lot of blood to have lost and just be pooling there. Like, that is not... and plus, like, how long was he gone? He got kidnapped, he got dragged here, he got beaten, and then he got dragged away. And that's over the course of... it's gotta be less than 2 hours, right? Like, that's a pretty severe wound and meanwhile, he couldn't have been in this building more than 20 minutes, I'm gonna say. So they opened up a pretty big wound. Listen, you may say I'm just being unnecessarily nitpicky on this, but it's fucking Batman. He is the head of Detective Comics, DC. It's about detective work. Don't tell me not to be a fucking detective with the guy who is the headline star and used to be about being a superhero detective. Like, this is what it's all about.
Alfred's glasses.
Yes, that generally...
one piece apart from the others. Red. The same color as my tag.
The same color as my tag? Come on, man. Alright. That's a real reach. You could have just not said that. Alright.
Words. They're highlighted.
That said letters.
Taking me.
Not words. Guys, this isn't that hard. She's taking him to Arkham. Like, I can see it right now. I don't even have to look closely at it, right? In fact, this whole part of it doesn't matter. You could have just done this. This is very obvious. This is me, Arkham. Oh.
Those towers. That must be Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. Really? These are the only clues. Please tell me this is somehow wrong. I don't know why there are 3 options here, but...
Alfred left me another clue.
why was he down here?
This is what he wanted me to find. To see. He spelled it out here. Taking me. And used Vicky's own drawing of Arkham for the location.
Arkham? But people would know. The staff would see them.
That's the final piece. Arkham. She's been using Wayne Enterprises to get access to the buildings with Wayne Tech security systems, including Arkham Asylum. She's going to open the doors. Release the inmates.
Why? That doesn't fit her MO.
Call Gordon and the GCPD.
I'm on it.
Lady Arkham won't be expecting us. We'll catch her by surprise.
And everything I said earlier came true. Is there a camera in it or something? Everything I said came true. They dragged him down there just so he could leave a clue and that we could get an exposition dump. Also, rewind the video about 10 seconds there and watch that pan down. This is not a 3D model. That is not vignetting. It's flat. It's a couple of PNGs that are what's the term for that? I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just, why? Why did they bother to do that? It would probably have, that's literally more effort than using the Arkham model they already had, which I think we've seen elsewhere, and just not doing a panning down shot because the 3D was probably not capable of that. What a weird decision.
Good?
Orderlies are rounded up.
That's the last of it then.
So...
The children of Arkham have taken over.
That suit's no slouch. You're well
yeah, that
prepared
guy
for
is
the
definitely not gonna,
and
like,
the
5
GCPD
seconds from turning the
on their
corner and
way
seeing you.
to deal with the inmates. If you can find Alfred, maybe you can get him out of there before all hell breaks loose.
Almost ready. Let her know.
Copy. On our way. Go ahead. I got this.
You know, these goons really waver dramatically depending on the context between very competent and completely incompetent. Batman!
Tell me where Alfred Pennyworth is.
The butler. Bruce Wayne has a bat on his payroll.
Answer the question.
Where he is doesn't matter.
Vicky doesn't know? What? What do you mean? What do you mean, Vicky? I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. What do you mean Vicky doesn't know that Bruce is Batman? That just I guess we've never had any overt evidence that she did, maybe? I kind of thought we did at some point, but now that I think about it, maybe not. But how does she not? Like, that takes so much... She's not cool. She wasn't a cool villain to begin with. And now she's not even aware of a thing that several other characters were aware of. That's so lame. She sucks. She's literally an investigative journalist. You're telling me that she didn't do this whole thing to... Oh, God. Okay.
He'll be dead soon. Another corpse in Bruce Wayne's family.
No one's dying tonight.
You really think you're in control here?
He addressed her as Vicky as well, which she didn't react to at all. Which is weird. Because I feel like that's something at this point she still probably thinks she has over people.
Your confidence is impressive, but that won't save the butler or the rest of Gotham.
All right, where's the Joker?
The other way.
Be very funny if the Joker just came and saved our asses.
Look away from you, Vicky. Don't try to psychoanalyze me, Batman. You have no idea what I've done to come this far.
Bro, you're the one who tossed the guy in the basement just for an exposition.
I've been to your home. I've seen where the Veils kept you. People like them, they deserve to be behind bars.
Behind bars? They deserved and got far worse than that.
Okay, then what's your MO now?
No one else needs to die.
You're wrong. Your time's run out.
Was that how that was supposed to work? What was the point of throwing the Batarang if it didn't do anything?
Batman. You underestimate the true children of Arkham. These souls kept behind bars. Open the doors!
You mean random...
Arkham! Listen to me! Freedom is yours!
These aren't all supervillains. These are random dudes who are probably...
Batman.
He stuck me in here!
Me too. Let me out.
He's the crazy one!
Congratulations, you let out 8 random, angry, middle-aged men who are probably malnourished and out of shape, and in worse psychological condition than when they came in. I don't think this is not a great gambit. Maybe it's just a buy time, but like, what's the point? Oh, well, apparently I'm not even going to fight them, which actually is the most appropriate response. That was a very long QTE for some reason.
Batman! The entire security system's offline. Every inmate's loose.
The leader of the Children of Arkham. Did you see her?
They went.
Didn't even wait for an answer, huh? This got out of hand impressively fast. How are none of the doors secured?
You're not getting away.
I know they're just giving the excuse that the security system is out of commission and that she has control over it, but it's like, it's silly. What? Why am I... Oh, it's the thing where I link things to things. Why can't I... Huh? Okay. Oh, right, because the interface is goofy. This really takes all of the pacing out of, all of the tense timing out of this is removed by the fact that I'm meticulously deciding how to beat up dudes. None of this matters either, it's just for show. Oh, that's a little severe. Smashing the dude's head in the door is like... kind of a lot. Could send Dr. Leland into cardiac arrest. Yeah, I guess it surely couldn't send that guy into cardiac arrest. Whatever. What? Sure? I don't know how these are connected, but sure. Oh, I'm throwing the table. Okay, sure, whatever. That's fine. Boy, I sure love pressing Q. It's very good gameplay. Well, except for the times when it's E. Okay, the head thing was really not necessary. Really? That's the end of it? There's no way.
Take your time, sons.
That's the plan.
Zaz. Zaz, you suck. You know what I realized the reason I'm having a hard time with the QTEs is because they're kind of all over the place. They don't place them in the middle of the screen. There's no consistency, so I gotta find it first. Then I gotta figure out what combination of things it is. They're not very hard. There's only like 4 buttons to press, but they're trying so cool to draw them together that to put them together that they're like put them on the screen in the appropriate locations that it just makes it hard to read. All right, cool. Joker time. What's up with this guy?
Truly inspiring. Such a pleasure to see your work in person.
Batman!
Lady Arkham has a hostage.
We've got the inmates.
Why? How did you guys get in here so fast and yet so slow? Oh, there's the guy I thought about earlier.
There's no way out now.
What was your plan?
There's always another way here, Batman. All the people that Thomas Wayne condemned to this place unwillingly, they speak through the walls.
Also, why did you cut your hair? Because you at some point were wearing the mask without your haircut, so...
But I can help Alfred Pennyworth. Take me to him.
My pleasure.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb that you didn't disarm her. But, Okay, the boots are cool. The hover boots. Batman's jealous.
Vicky!
Whatever. I don't need to say any of those things to her. None of them are going to mean anything.
No.
Why am I holding my side? What did I get from the fall?
The butler has to die. Payment for Thomas Wayne's sins. He took away my family, so I'll take away his sons. If you really want to save the butler, bring me Bruce Wayne.
Am I going to unmask myself for her?
You can find him. It's you. He's probably cowering behind a 12-inch thick wall and 100 bodyguards right now.
Why should I trust you'll keep your word?
Because my mask is off now, Batman. I won't lie.
So the reason she doesn't know is so that I can take my mask off for her and she can be surprised and then I can disarm her with that, right? The game has done such a poor job of telegraphing what I'm supposed to do that it's telling me how to walk again. And again, the only thing that matters is... Wow, alright. The only button there that mattered was Q. Or, W, rather.
You're doing so much for one old man.
Yeah, almost suspicious, huh? Batman's really bad at tripping tripwires that he should know better
Vicky, stop.
than to not notice.
This isn't a game to me. You know, Batman, I really don't understand. Why are you fighting me? I've done great things for Gotham. Falcone and Hill deserved to die.
Maybe. No.
We're fighting the same fight, Batman. Can't you see that? We want the same things.
Those men deserved their day in court, just like everyone else.
Well, I don't know about that. The courts are very corrupt. That's why they kept getting away with it, rather.
No, Batman. They got exactly what they deserved. My justice is final and absolute. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be defending him. You think Bruce Wayne is any better than his father? He hides behind his status and wealth. He's a coward, leaving other men to carry his burdens.
Batman.
You aren't my enemy, Batman. Wait.
What? That was a very long timer and a very short QTE. I don't get it. Also, cut off her dialogue, which I'm annoyed by. This is... What was I gonna say? Oh, right. Hey, Batman? You're named after a bat, right? You know what bats are known for? Echolocation. Do you think that maybe not wandering around the crypts, confused about where her voice is coming from, would maybe be in your wheelhouse? I don't know. You got any like sonar or anything inside that helmet of yours? Usually you do, but it's very convenient you don't. Yeah, that's the answer I expected.
I'm curious, Batman. I know why I wear the mask. It's who I am, who I was always meant to be. What about you? Do you wear the mask to hide? Or
Yes.
to become who you really are?
I mean, yes.
Are you the man? Or the mask?
The mask is a symbol. Some fear it, but for others, it brings hope.
When I first saw it, I found it inspiring. And once you're dead, I'm going to mount that mask on my wall. But first, I'll see the man beneath.
This is not actually the way I thought this would go. Oh, well. Technically, I think I pressed the wrong way on that. But, whatever. Game doesn't really seem to care, except for the occasions that it does. Why did the audio... Whoa, whoa, whoa. The audio toned down aggressively, and his... Why does his suit look different? What the fuck is this? That was a very abrupt transition.
Hold on, Alfred.
I don't know, man. Look around.
You came for me. After what you said.
So what? She shot... She was in front of him, and then he ran forward, and then she was no longer in front of him? She's not in this alcove?
Did you see where she went?
She just disappeared.
I'm getting you out of here.
Above you.
Interesting how you speak to him. So familiar. Alfred. Such concern. For someone you've never met before.
It's called compassion.
But this is a terrible gambit.
You seem to know very little about.
Sounds like deflection to me.
It
There's
is.
more here
She's
than you're
correct.
telling. It makes me wonder. Do you really care? Only one way to find out.
Batman, don't you?
Shut up, old man! You've seen my true self. Your turn. Prove that you care. Take off your mask. Let me see the man you really are.
What? Sure, why not? Fuck it.
That's what it will take to save him.
I don't think this is gonna work, but it's entertaining. Yeah, see, she's shocked. Now I get to beat her ass anyway. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking outcome.
This must be some kind of trick. Bruce Wayne, he'd never be the man Batman is. He only looks out for himself.
Yeah.
Oh, but of course. Now I understand. As Batman, you can prey upon the weak, the defenseless.
Okay, now you're coping.
Just like your father did. A true Wayne. There's nothing heroic about you.
Stop blaming other people for your problems. You aren't the only one that suffered.
You really think you can preach to me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Of all people? Enough.
Really? It took a little clip out of his ear and that's it? No, we're redoing this scene because I was just curious, but like, that's such a weird interaction. I mean, what's Batman's plan in that scene, right? Like, is his plan to just keep edging closer to her until she finally drops her guard and he can get close enough? Like, he's got tools at his disposal that should theoretically be able to deal with this scenario, but he doesn't. He doesn't use them. Meanwhile, like, she's keying in on the relationship between Bruce and Alfred almost immediately, but for some reason doesn't make the final leap that is the only fucking possible explanation. I mean, what a joke.
So familiar? Alfred? Such concern for someone you've never met before.
It's called compassion, Vicky. Something you seem to know very little about.
Sounds like deflection to me. There's more here than you're telling. It makes me wonder. Do you really care? Only one way to find out.
It will be very entertaining if I choose to attack Vicky and she just blows off Alfred's head. They wouldn't do that, but like,
Your turn. Prove that you care. Take off your mask. Let me see the man you really are.
do you say anything else here? That's it.
You're only a piece in the bigger game, but you're the only piece I have left.
Yeah, see, this is...
Alfred!
Oh, so it's the difference between me lose... Oh, fuck. I didn't get it before the save. So he loses an eye? Or I lose an ear? It's gonna reload me back, isn't it? Because it auto-saved. That was a very quick... What is with this interface and not responding to being clicked on, man? Oh, yeah, it's already done. Alright, well, whatever. This narrative really doesn't matter anyway. It's very silly. I don't think Alfred having a damaged die is probably going to have any long-term effects.
The only truth left is in your death.
Also, throwing the batarang at Alfred Alfred to break stuff so he could punch her is the incredibly, like, the stupidest possible way to use your tools.
I'll bury you.
Wait, so why did it magically not have a huge effect there? When... did she not fire it? We don't know how this tool works. Usually it's devastating no matter where she points it. And all of the parts of the fight that matter are canned. They're not the things I have input on. Why did it work that way? Shouldn't it have, like, broken my ankles and shit? Oh, now meanwhile I'm just kicking her through stonework.
Stop, Vicky. It's over.
Nothing will keep me from my revenge.
What fucking revenge, dude? Weren't you just saying earlier how you already got everybody who mattered? And if you really wanted to kill Bruce, you could have killed or captured Bruce at some other time instead, but the narrative knows it can't actually do that, so this is what you did instead. And it's just not believable. This is very poorly choreographed. I'm very disappointed in this. It's not a cool fight. That's so stupid. That sucks. What, she's gonna get buried under the rubble now, right? Hey Batman, maybe go get Alfred and get out of here.
You belong in this darkness, Batman. You'll be buried with it. You and the butler.
That's such a stupid fucking attack. I really used it to launch myself. Also, she's still just a human, and I don't think she had all of the technology that I did as, you know, all of the tech of Wayne Enterprises, so how the fuck she's not dead several times over from all the internal damage, bludgeoning damage done to her body, I don't know. Well, I don't think she... What? Why? Yeah, Batman, why were you not going towards the exit? How are you planning to get? I guess. Well, she gets out through the crypts, and we get out through the lights, the window. Wow, that's really fucking lame. What a lame way to end a villain. Batman, you gotta throw Alfred over your shoulder or some shit. Limping him to the doorway is not working. Not fast enough under the circumstances. Oh my god.
After last week's events at Arkham Asylum, a spokesperson for the GCPD assured us that the breakout has been contained and all inmates have been returned to their cells. Miss Vale is missing and presumed dead, following a gruesome battle with the caped vigilante known only as the Batman.
Wait, what? Wait. I actually don't remember whether they identify. They didn't publicly identify Vicky Vale as Lady Arkham, right? What the hell is Jack talking about? Also, how, even if they did release that did know and release that information, how would they know what happened in that crypt? That doesn't make any sense.
Her death marks the end of Children of Arkham's reign of terror.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be.
If the public knew the half of it.
It's better that they don't.
Okay.
This came in the mail. It's unsigned.
I guess he did lose the eye.
Selina. Alfred, here, let me help.
No, don't. With everything that's been going on, I haven't yet thanked you, Bruce. You've saved my life. I've no doubt Miss Vale would have killed me had you not arrived when you did. But the fact remains, in my state, I'm not of much use to you.
Dude, you lost an eye. This is just guilt tripping me for not picking the choice that didn't lose you. There's no way, right? Like, he must lose the eye no matter what in some other form. Surely. There's no way there's a version of this. This game does not take anything, doesn't let any of your choices mean anything. So the idea that Alfred loses a whole eye and feels useless about it because of something I decided, I don't believe that.
It'll take time.
I'm going to check that afterwards, but...
And I'm afraid it may interfere with my butler duties.
Without you, none of this would work. You are my family.
You don't know how good it is to hear you say that. After everything that's happened.
I promise you, I will use everything at my disposal to help you.
Oh.
Well, sure. I mean, the silver's not going to polish itself, is it?
Sterling Archer? Paging Sterling Archer? Is that you? Who wrote that line?
We will get through this, Bruce. Don't lose sight of the fact that you've done some real good for Gotham. You should be proud.
I didn't take them down alone. I had help. You, Lucius, Gordon, Selina, and all those who gave their life fighting for Gotham.
To those who helped, and those we lost.
The damage done by the Children of Arkham has left Gotham a city in turmoil. Faith in those at the top has perhaps irrevocably been shaken. Acting Commissioner James Gordon has promised to speak out about the issue tonight during an emergency citywide address.
And I hope, despite the recent terror that's gripped our city, that Gotham's leading citizens will come out to show their support.
Couldn't even place his model correctly before loading it.
City's trust. It remains to be seen, but experts agree that
Gordon requested Gotham's leaders to stand behind him.
Who's
Leaders
mayor?
like you. Let Gotham see who Bruce Wayne truly is, and let them know what you plan to do.
Why do we have two fighting background
This
musics?
could be a fresh start.
Also,
For you, and for this city.
go pan back to the last shot and look at
In
the
Gotham, the only figure that can
the
make as
floating
much impact
bottles.
as a Wayne.
Is Batman.
behind my what's now Bruce's left shoulder.
You've helped this city tremendously, both as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah, there it is. It's just floating in the middle of the screen there.
Whether he dons a cape or not, is someone I'm proud of and honored to call my friend.
It's very heavy-handed to have the picture of his parents over his shoulder there.
Thank you, Alfred.
Why was that only in my left ear? Ooh, that was gross.
So, what do you intend to do about tonight?
Well, Lucius has yet to invent a suit that'll let Bruce Wayne and Batman be in the same place at once.
That is unfortunate. I suppose you must
Bruce,
decide
what's
whose
going on with the
appearance
bottle
will
in
be
front of
more
you?
valuable. As Bruce, you can help repair the damage done to your name, get the public support so that you can change things from the top
Oh
down.
my goodness.
But Batman is a symbol of justice and strength. Maybe in these dark times, that is truly what Gotham needs the most.
This is a stupid choice and I don't like
Perhaps
it.
one is truly the mask. And one is who you truly believe you are.
Bruce sucks, Batman also sucks. I don't like either of their characterizations in this game particularly much. Batman seems more useful under the circumstances. We'll go with that.
Batman will be in attendance.
You'll make quite the impression. Gordon will be grateful.
Is there even a scene or are we just cutting to credits?
Awaiting newly appointed
Oh, that's
Police
pixelated.
Commissioner James Gordon, who will address the city for the first time in the wake of the terrorist attacks perpetrated by Lady Arkham.
I, as acting police commissioner, Commissioner Gordon. That doesn't sound right. Batman! Is everything all right? I assume you're not here to give a speech. So, what is it?
It's an important day. Your first address to the city as acting commissioner. I wanted you to know that I stand with you. I want Gotham to know that there are those who will fight for them.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. The city's on edge. Tonight can make all the difference. You're one hell of an addition to this lineup. Gotham's best and brightest have turned out for this. Look, I know you're not a man of many words, but I'd like to say something to Gotham on your behalf. Is there anything you'd like them to know? Maybe about how you'd like to be seen moving forward?
Tell them.
The third one is the better option, but it sounds very silly coming out of his mouth. Batman told me I'm a cool
I always
boy.
wanted this. To be commissioner someday. To have the chance to shape this. I should probably be used to that by now.
Yeah, probably.
Now, in the last few weeks, as much violence and terror as I've seen, I've also seen the citizens of this community band together to fight those threats. One of those citizens is Batman.
There's a grand total of like
all that he'll be watching, ensuring
20
the
people
safety
here.
of our good citizens. But one hero cannot change Gotham on his own. He needs all of you, too. Let Gotham be a city of heroes. United, strong, and hopeful.
Cool, so what's the van doing? Making a point. What a bizarre... Huh?
Clear the area! Get that bastard to lock up!
That was
Just minutes
bizarre.
ago, Acting Commissioner James Gordon delivered a rousing speech that turned into a shocking assassination attempt on his life. Batman.
What was he doing with his arms?
Oh boy, it's gonna be tough to top that. But I'll give it a shot.
See, this is like the end of episode 2. Like the start, maybe the start of like the second act of the game, but it's the end of the fucking game. How is it possible? What do you do with Harvey's coin? You and 55% of players pocketed Harvey's coin. I don't think that matters at all. Maybe if you throw it, he goes running after it or something. Did you blame Alfred for his involvement with Thomas Wayne? You and 67% of players comforted Alfred that he wasn't to blame. That's lower than I thought, actually. 27% of players told Alfred it didn't matter who was at fault. All that matters is fixing the problem. Okay, that's kind of a... I see why people picked that one. Yeah. And then 2% of players missed the prompt and 2% of players were dicks. You and 91% of players regarded Selena as more than a thief. Does that cover every version of whether or not you romanced her earlier? I guess it must. I guess maybe if you didn't romance her earlier, then it just skips a couple of pieces of dialogue and you don't kiss her at the end. Be very weird if you didn't romance her, but you still kissed her. Actually, that makes me think. I wonder if the choice that I made in that dialogue with her, where I said we're a good team, I wonder if that's the default good choice for the non-romance path. And I skipped out on the romance response. Did you take off the cowl? You and 26.9% of players kept the cowl on and protected your identity. Yeah, I mean, not knowing what the outcome is, I feel like, you know, this Batman is... I don't know. This Batman is so ill-defined at so many points that pretending like, oh, of course he'd take off the cowl to protect Alfred. I mean, yes, but the relationship between him and Alfred, though regularly hinted at being, you know, very familial, is fairly... I don't know. It's just not fleshed out very much. And actually, like, the way they play the not taking off the cowl, he's not stubborn about it. He's not going, no, I'm not going to take it off. He just doesn't do it and moves to attack her instead, which is really not that objectionable. But I'm not surprised that many people did take off the cowl. And probably if I hadn't gotten the autosave on it, I probably would have rolled it back again and done it that way. Losing the eye is silly. Attend Gordon's address as Bruce or Batman. 38% of players showed up to Gordon's address as Batman. That is a wider split than I thought. I thought it might be kind of even. Kind of curious what happens if you go as Bruce. I guess you're just probably up there and push him out of the way or something like that. But just with good timing. But it's... I don't know how any of this matters, since, you know, it's the end of the game. Analyzing your performance. What does that mean? Defending... Oh, your Batman/Bruce was collaborative. More than any single person should take upon themselves. It often requires a good team of close friends and associates to be a powerful force for good. I don't like how these meters... This is a terrible set of meters because they go both directions. So they fill up from either direction? Huh? I don't even really know how to read this. I think it's saying I am primarily merciful, but only by about 6%. And then I'm primarily cunning by 9%, and the primarily compassionate by 26%. Is that really how it just ends? That's so weird. So it does say, like, end of the season. Maybe I'm gonna have to double check what the what it said about the, like, how this was released, because I wasn't paying that much attention at the time it released. Maybe they always telegraphed that this was gonna have 2 seasons and it's one game, but they sell as separate packages on various platforms, and I'm pretty sure you can buy the episodes one at a time too, because that's always been Telltale's MO. Anyway, this was really weird. We'll be back for more of it, the second season, I guess, next time. Oh, what a strange game.